Today we are going to talk about NEET UG MCQs. Myself Dr. Sheban, MBBS DCH, postgraduated from Madras Medical College. Okay, this is our part 47. And my first question itself is a previous year repeat MCQ. Okay, which is the first genetic material, DNA or RNA? Which is the first genetic material, DNA or RNA? What is your answer? It is RNA. You can refer the textbook, page number given. First genetic material is RNA with no doubt. Okay, good. See, these are new MCQs. Okay, metabolism occurs in DNA or RNA? Metabolism occurs in DNA or RNA? Metabolism occurs in RNA. Metabolism, RNA. First genetic material, RNA. First genetic material, RNA. Metabolism, RNA. Translation occurs in DNA or RNA? Translation. Any idea? Translation. These are new MCQs, new arrivals. Translation occurs in RNA. Translation occurs in RNA. Splicing occurs in DNA or RNA? Splicing. Any idea? Splicing occurs in, come on, in RNA. Which is a catalyst? DNA or RNA? Catalyst. Catalyst. The answer is RNA. Which is reactive in nature? DNA or RNA? Reactive. Be very careful while answering this question. Reactive is RNA. RNA. Which is unstable? DNA or RNA? Unstable. This is how you should prepare for NEET. Unstable. It is RNA. So what are all the questions for RNA? Not the answers. Questions for RNA. Tell me, what are the questions for RNA? Come on. Tell me, what are the questions for RNA? Number one. What is the number one? Unstable. That is RNA. Second one, reactive. RNA. Catalyst. RNA. Splicing. RNA. Translation. Lation. L-A-T-I-O-N. Lation. RNA. Which element is formed first? RNA. Metabolism occurs in metabolism. RNA. So all the things are RNA. I made it very clear. So I think you can answer this very easily now. DNA is formed from RNA. True or false? No confusion at all for you now. DNA is formed from RNA. It is a true statement. You can refer this page number. Okay, page number in which book? See, all the MCQs I have prepared from your NCERT 12th standard textbook only. Okay. Okay. Double standard DNA RNA மாற்றி எழுதிட்டேன் நினைக்கிறேன். DNA தானே வரையா மாற்றிடலாம் அடிச்சிட்டு கொஞ்சம் வேண்டாம் வர. Okay, next. Which of the following has a complementary strand? Complementary strand. It is not double strand. I am asking about complementary strand. What is the answer? Complementary strand. DNA. Be very careful, okay? DNA. Which is double stranded. Double stranded. Double stranded is DNA. Which resist changes. Which resist changes. Which one? DNA or RNA? DNA. DNA can replicate. You have to think and answer, okay? DNA can replicate. True or false? True or false? So replicate. Replicate DNA. Helical shape. Which one? Helical. Helical shape is DNA. So what are the questions for DNA? What are all the questions for DNA? This is how you should prepare for NEET. Okay. So what are the questions for DNA? Number 1. Helical shape. You must answer DNA. With replicate. Replicate. You must answer DNA. Replicate. Resist changes. Resist changes. DNA. Double stranded. Double stranded is DNA. Complementary strand. That is also DNA. I made it very clear. Repeated MCQs. Okay. So what is demonstrated by this Watson and Crick? What did they demonstrate? What did they demonstrate? You know, in Watson and Crick, it is related to DNA. That everybody knows. Watson and Crick, DNA. What did they demonstrate in DNA? Read very carefully. Semi-constructive replication. I am expecting this MCQ next year. Because Watson and Crick, DNA, everybody knows. So what did they expect? Read the question. Semi-constructive replication of DNA. So what is the question? What is demonstrated by Watson and Crick? The answer is semi-constructive replication of DNA. True or false? Now I think you can answer this now. RNA replicates semi-conservatively. I think you know it's true or false now. DNA we told. I am asking whether RNA can also do this job. Never. Semi-conservative replication is only for DNA. You must know this point. DNA replication was first studied in plants. Do you know which plant? Which plant? DNA replication was first studied in plants. True or false? DNA replication was first studied in Escherichia coli. This is called NEET preparation. This is called NEET preparation. Don't forget the question. DNA replication first studied in. They can ask like this also. Which of the following is true of Escherichia coli? That time you should answer this point. DNA replication. Escherichia coli experiment for Escherichia coli replication for DNA is done in where? Done by who did this? Who did this experiment? Any idea? Matthew Melson and Franklin Sally. These two gentlemen. What is the question? Experiment for Escherichia coli experiment. Escherichia coli experiment. Escherichia coli experiment for DNA replication was done by these two gentlemen. Don't forget the question. Escherichia coli experiment for DNA replication. N15. What is this? 15 in the written this opposite side. N15. What is this? What can you tell this? What is this? Any idea? It is a heavy word is important, isotope of nitrogen. Match the following MCQ. So N15 should be written in this side. N15. They'll confuse you with light isotope of nitrogen. It is a heavy. So DNA, a heavy DNA molecule means what? Heavy DNA molecule means what? Means N15 incorporated DNA. Or they can ask other name of this one. You must answer heavy DNA molecule. Heavy DNA molecule means N15 incorporated DNA. N15 is a radioactive isotope of nitrogen. True or false? N15 is a radioactive isotope of nitrogen. True or false? This is how you should prepare for NEET. True or false? True or false? No. It is only a heavy isotope of nitrogen. N15 is only a heavy isotope of nitrogen. So this is a wrong statement. N15 is a radioactive, is a wrong statement. That is why I told you heavy. I told no, H-E-A-V-Y, heavy. Color of a flower is determined by what? Color of a flower is determined by what? Or they can ask, I'll tell you something. What is the answer? Polygenic inheritance. Or they will ask, which of the following is an example of polygenic inheritance? That time you should answer color of a flower, and that time you should always remember Sheben also. Okay? Because I have taught you very nicely. Color of a flower is determined by polygenic inheritance. Example of polygenic inheritance they can ask. There are 3 examples. I have given this in the video number 44. I have given everything, all the examples of polygenic inheritance. One example is color of a flower. There are 4 examples in your textbook. Dash is the vital process for a species to live lifelong? What is your answer? Dash. Lifelong. It is by reproduction. See, when they will give 4 choices, that time we will get confused. Single thing is very easy to answer now. So memorize it thoroughly. Okay. This was a repeat MCQ last year. Okay. Clone is morphologically, genetically similar. True or false? Last year MCQ. Clone is morphologically, genetically similar. What is your answer? It is a true statement. Clone is, or they will ask, which of the following is morphologically and genetically similar? That time you should answer clone. Both sides you should be prepared. Clone is a sexual method of reproduction. Come on. Clone is a sexual method of reproduction. This is the depth of NEET preparation. No logic. Depth. Clone means asexual. I think you know this. You can refer this page number. Clone. Clone is asexual. This is a brilliant MCQ. In asexual reproduction, offsprings are identical. No logic. In asexual reproduction, offsprings are identical. True or false? It is a true statement. See, when you know such tough points, you can answer so many other questions. So, or they can ask, identical offspring is found in asexual reproduction, sexual reproduction, both of the above, none of the above. Prepare for that MCQ also. Asexual identical, asexual identical. In asexual reproduction, offsprings are exact copies of the parent. Same line they have given in a textbook. Exact copies. Exact copies. Asexual. True or false? True statement. So keep it in mind. These 2 points you have to always keep it in mind. Okay. In asexual reproduction, offsprings are always identical. In asexual reproduction, offsprings are exact copies of the parent. Asexual. Which of the following is an example of binary fission? You tell me one. Binary fission. Come on. Binary fission, always think for amoeba. Binary fission. Can you give me one example for budding? So many, give me one example for budding. Example of budding. budding. Match the following MCQs. Match the following. Budding. East. This was asked in the recent MCQ. Amoeba is an unicellular organism. True or false? Amoeba is a unicellular organism. True or false? It is a true statement. Okay? Amoeba is a unicellular organism. Can you answer this? Yeast is a unicellular organism. Come on. Let me see your logic thinking. Yeast. Amoeba, okay, unicellular. Yeast is also a unicellular organism. So amoeba, yeast, both are unicellular organisms. This point will help you somewhere. Okay. These are the repeat MCQ point only. Cell division do not occur in unicellular organisms. They'll be having unicellular. What is your answer for this? No logic. Cell division do not occur in unicellular organisms. Unicellular means, what is your answer? The correct answer is happens. Unicellular organisms, cell division occurs. It happens. This is a repeat MCQ. Cell division in unicellular organisms occur by which of the following method? Cell division in unicellular organisms occur by which of the following method? Or they can ask cell division in amoeba or cell division in yeast, because they are unicellular. What will be your answer? It can be only these two things, no? Budding is for yeast. Binary fission is for amoeba. Just now we studied. Okay. So what is the question? Cell division in unicellular occurs in. Very easy. Occurs by, you must be more specific. Okay. Budding for yeast and binary fission for amoeba. Okay. Good. See how silly question for you. It's a very silly question for you. Budding is sexual reproduction. True or false? It's very easy for you now. What is budding? Budding is a asexual reproduction. Budding, asexual. Binary fission is sexual reproduction. What is your answer? Binary. No logic. Binary fission is also asexual. So budding is asexual. Binary fission is also asexual. Okay. So if you want to answer all these questions, you must know this basic idea. See, you can apply this basic idea anywhere. Single-celled organisms have dash reproduction. If you know this, you can answer. Single cell means unicellular. Example, we studied amoeba, yeast, whatever it may be. So if you know this basic point, you can answer everything. Binary fission, budding, amoeba, yeast, everything comes in the same point. Unicellular. What is your answer? Single-celled organisms have dash reproduction. You must know examples of all the unicellular organisms, single-celled. Then you can answer this. Find out, and always the answer is asexual. This is the carry-home message. If you know this, you can answer all the MCQs. Single-celled, always go for asexual reproduction. Protist, P-R-O-T-A-S-T. Protists have dash reproduction. P-R-O-T-A-S-T. Protists have dash reproduction. Protists have asexual reproduction. Protists have asexual reproduction. M-O-N-E-R-O-N-S. Monerons. M-O-N-E-R-O-N-S. You must, if you know all the examples of monerons, you can easily answer so many tough MCQs. Yes. Monerons are dash reproduction. Neurons also asexual reproduction. So asexual reproduction is classical for three things. What all? Asexual reproduction is classical for number 1, moneurons. Number 2, protist. Number 3, single-celled organisms. That means unicellular. I made it very clear for you. To repeat, asexual reproduction, moneurons, protist, single-celled, unicellular organisms. If you know this one point, you can blast tough MCQs. But don't forget Sheben, okay? The word zoospores is for what? Zoospores is for any idea? Zoospores. Chlamydomonas. What is the question? Zoospores. Conidia is for what? Conidia. See, these are all previous years. Match the following questions. Conidia is for penicillium. Conidia is for penicillium. Conidia is for penicillium. Buds is for what? Buds. BUDS. Buds is for Hydra. Buds is for Hydra. Gemmules is for GEMMULES. Gemmules is for sponge. Gemmules is for sponge. You can ask me how to remember all those things. They have clearly studied. If you want to memorize a standard education material, you must recall this for 7 continuous days. If you want to remember all the MCQs, which is practiced by 720 out of 720 top scorers, they don't reveal the secret outside. They all practice this technique, 7 days continuous recall. If you hear this video for 7 days continuously, you can remember all the 100 points minimum for 1 year. That is a proven method. You try in this video, you will see the result. If you hear this video today and if you hear after 1 week, you will not remember even a single comma. 7 days continuous recall. Okay. And write some good comments about this in my video section and kindly share this great awareness video with your junior friends, senior friends, biology ma'am, to your biology madam and to your NEET coach. Okay. And after hearing this video, my part 48 is also available in the same YouTube channel. Here and get the maximum benefit. Okay. Okay. Can you give the expansion for DNA? Expansion for DNA. Deoxyribonucleic acid. Deoxyribonucleic acid is called DNA. Deoxyribo. Oxy. OXY. MCQ point. Oxy. Can you tell me a question for this word length with respect to genetic material? DNA, RNA, something like that. Length. Any idea? This MCQ they were asked in some, I think 2-3 years back. They can tell me length. Length of DNA matches to what? Matches to number of nucleotides. So length is for DNA, and number is for nucleotides. Just memorize it. Length of DNA matches with number of nucleotides. Repeated, rank deciding MCQ. That is why I kept an MCQ like this for you to think. This is my style of NEET preparation. For you will remember for long year. What is this symbol? This symbol into 174 means what? What is this symbol into 174? Any idea? Means what? I am expecting the same MCQ next year. Which one? Bacteriophage. And there is one more MCQ point. Okay. Always remember, bacteriophage is a virus. MCQ point. So always remember this, okay? 174, this symbol, bacteriophage. Can you remember this number 5386? 5386. Any idea? Number of nucleotides, not side, nucleotide T. T is different, S is different. Number of nucleotides in bacteriophage. 5386. Number of nucleotide T. Number of nucleotides in bacteriophages. The word base pair, B-A-S-E, base pair is written as capital B, small p. True or false? True or false? Base pair is always written as small b and small p. NEET fellows, they will go to whatever, they will ask whatever they want. Base pair, small letter. 48502. Any idea? What is the idea? Number of base pair in bacteriophage, lambda. Base pair. That is nucleotide. Don't get confused. Number of base pair in bacteriophage, lambda is okay. 405 lambda is. What is this number? 5382. Number of nucleotide in bacteriophage. What is this? 4.6 in 10 to the power 6 base pair. Any idea? What is the question? Number of base pair in Escherichia coli. Number of base pairs in Escherichia coli. Don't forget the question. 4.6 into 10 to the power 6. Okay. See, again I am repeatedly telling you. Top scorers 720 after 720. They kept this great point as a secret. 7 days continuous recall. Okay. What is this? 3.3 into 10 to the power 9 base pair. Any idea? This is NEET preparation. What is the question? Haploid content of human DNA. Haploid content of human DNA. Haploid content of human DNA is 3.3 into 10 to the power. What is the question? Don't forget the question. Numbers they will give in the paper, in your question paper. What is the question? Haploid content of human DNA is what is Griffith principle? Griffith. Griffith principle. Any idea? Griffith principle. Any idea? It is related to stability of DNA with the DNA. Stability of DNA. Stability of DNA. DNA is the basic principle called Griffith principle. Stability, stability, stability. Only RNA, true or false? Only RNA has the ability to direct duplications, true or false? Only RNA has the ability to direct duplications, true or false? True or false? It is both DNA and RNA. What is the question? Don't forget the question. The answer is both DNA and RNA. I think this I told you, this question I taught in the beginning. Reactive is DNA. True or false? I told you in the beginning. Reactive is RNA. Reactive RNA. Here the video. That is why I am telling you. You must practice 7 days continuous recall and you should take 90 out of 90 marks in biology. Okay. DNA is a better genetic material than RNA. True or false? DNA is a better genetic material than RNA. True or false? It is a true statement. DNA is always a better genetic material than RNA because both are genetic material. That is a separate MCQ. DNA and RNA are genetic materials. DNA is better. Okay, DNA is better. I think now you know this point. We studied in the beginning. DNA is less reactive. True or false? Come on, you know the answer. DNA is less reactive. Because we studied, it's a true statement. We studied in the beginning. This question you have to tell. Repeat MCQ. Length of DNA. Length of DNA matches to what? Length of DNA matches to what? Number of nucleotide. Tide. Or they will ask number of nucleotide matches to what? That time you should answer length of DNA and that time you should remember Sheben. Okay. Length of DNA matches to number of nucleotides. Or they will ask number of nucleotides matches to. Why I showed this 3 times? Because this is a repeat MCQ so many times. DNA is more stable. I think you know this now. In the beginning we studied. DNA is more stable. True or false? True or false? Yes. This we studied in the beginning. Dash is used to describe morphologically and genetically similar individuals. Which are the following? Which are the following? What is the answer? Just now only we discussed. Which one? Clone. Clone. N15 is not a radioactive isotope of nitrogen. You know the answer. True or false? You know the answer. It is a true statement because N15 is a heavy isotope of nitrogen. I made it king. Even though there are so many causes of mutation, tell me one reason for mutation. There are so many reasons, tell me one. Because this question they have asked, mutation is due to what? Which of the following? Mutation due to radiation, direct MCQ. Mutation is due to which of the following? Just radiation. Radiation is good for humans. True or false? Radiation is good for humans. Radiation is good for humans. True or false? Radiation is so dangerous that it can cause even cancer. Separate MCQ they can ask. Which of the following can cause cancer? That time we should round radiation. Okay? This itself is separate MCQ. If you know this point, you can answer on MCQ. Radiation causes cancer. So it is a great drawback to humans. Nuclear waste is stored in which place? Nuclear waste is stored in which place? In a room, in a refrigerator, in a big barrel. Where? Which place? Nuclear waste I am asking. Where? It is buried so deep inside the rocks. It is buried so deep within the rock. So how much deep they take to store this nuclear waste in the rocks? I said so deep. How much deep? Deep to store, depth to store nuclear waste. So deep you know. How much? 500 meter. Meter. Be very careful. Meter. They will confuse you with centimeter. 500 meters depth to store the nuclear waste. Ozone is found in which layer? Ozone. Ozone is so much protective to us. Do you know that? Ozone is very protective for us. It's a separate MCQ point. Ozone is which layer? In which layer ozone is present? Stratosphere. STRATO. Stratosphere. Stratosphere, ozone. As in next MCQ. Ozone is helpful to us. True or false? Just now I told you. This is how you should prepare deep. Ozone is useful to us. True or false? Yes. Ozone is so much helpful to us. So ozone protects us from X-rays. True or false? No logic. Ozone is very helpful to us, yes. Ozone protects us from X-rays. True or false? True or false? No. Ozone protects us from ultraviolet radiation. Standard MCQ. They'll keep X-rays, infrared rays, that rays, this rays and that rays. And you should search for ultraviolet rays and mark it. Okay. So ozone protects us from ultraviolet rays. What is CFC? CFC. Any idea? CFC? Chlorofluorocarbons. CFC. Ozone is depleting. Why? Ozone is depleting. Why? Why? Ozone is depleting because of CFCs. Ozone is depleting because of CFCs. There are so many radiations which can cause mutation. But which is the specific one which can cause mutation? Radiation mutation, you know that. Okay, radiation mutation. Mutation is due to radiation, you know that. Which specific radiation? Mutation is caused only by ultraviolet radiation. Match the following, okay. When they see mutation here, you should look there. Ultraviolet radiation, okay. Mutation, ultraviolet radiation. Skin cancer is caused by which radiation? Skin cancer, I told you, radiation causes cancer. Okay. Skin cancer is caused by which radiation? Skin cancer is caused by same ultraviolet radiation. So which is a carcinogenic. Ultraviolet radiation is carcinogenic. Carcinogenic means produces cancer. This you must think and answer, okay. I told you ozone is very helpful to us. Okay, now you answer this question. Depletion of ozone is good for human beings. Depletion of ozone is bad for human beings because ozone protects us from ultraviolet rays. This is a separate MCQ. Haryana Kisan Welfare Club is for what? Not Kisan juice. Haryana Kisan Welfare Club is for what? Any idea? It is a word related to integrated organic farming. No logic, no logic. You cannot answer this without studying. Haryana Kisan Welfare Club is related to integrated organic farming. I think you know this question, very easy for you. Male gamete is haploid, true or false? Male gamete is haploid, true or false? True or false? Yes, male gamete is haploid. So now I am going to ask about this one, female gamete. Female gamete is haploid, true or false? Male gamete haploid, okay. Female gamete haploid, true or false? This is NEET. Yes. Whenever I'll tell you a common lesson, okay. Whenever you see the word gamete, it has to be haploid. Gamete, haploid. Gamete, haploid. Whatever it may, male or female, that is not a problem. Or whenever you see the word haploid, think of gamete. Whenever you see the word haploid, think of gamete. I have given in detail in the previous video, 44 I think, number 44. So deep, so MCQ oriented I have given there. Okay, hear that video. So ozone depletion is good for human beings, true or false? Ozone depletion is bad for hemoglobin, for human beings. What is demonstrated by Watson and Crick? My second MCQ. What is demonstrated by Watson and Crick? See, you forgot now. That is why they have scientifically proved 7 days continuous recall. Don't waste your NEET. Here this video 7 days. You will answer 1000 all the MCQs for 1 year. See, what is the question? What is demonstrated by Watson and Crick? You know Watson and Crick means something related to DNA. That is a separate MCQ. Watson and Crick something related to DNA. What did they demonstrate? Semi-conservative replication of DNA. Semi-conservative replication of DNA. What is the question? What did demonstrate by Watson and Crick? Cataract is a disease of which organ? Cataract. You know it is eye. You know it is eye. Cataract disease of eye. Everybody knows. Separate MCQ. Which part? Which part? That is depth. Cataract disease of lens of the eye. Cataract is a disease of lens of the eye. Snow blindness. Snow blindness. SNOW. Snow blindness is a disease of eye. That itself is separate MCQ. Okay. Snow blindness is a disease of eye. That is a MCQ point. They'll ask, which of the following organ is affected by snow blindness? That time you should answer eye. Which of the organ is affecting cataract? That time you should answer eye. My question is, snow blindness affects which part of the eye? Which part of the eye? Anyone? Cornea. Always remember cornea, snow blindness. Cornea, snow blindness. Cornea, snow blindness. Lens, cataract. Lens, cataract. Lens, cataract. Cornea, snow blindness. The same MCQ they have asked 3 years back. In match the following. Be very careful. Shorter than. SHOTE or shorter than. These are tricky MCQs. Shorter than. Any idea? Any idea? Ultraviolet radiation. Ultraviolet radiation of wavelength shorter than ultraviolet B are completely absorbed. That is, I kept the word shorter than. Ultraviolet radiation is completely absorbed. Always remember the word shorter than. 1989. What is the question? 1989. Montreal Protocol. Montreal Protocol. 1989. Montreal Protocol. The local women are mainly involved in massive action. In which part? Any idea? Local women. Local women are mainly involved, not doctors, not nurses. You will get confused. Local women are mainly involved in CHIPCO, movement. They'll confuse you. Chipko movement is mainly done by doctors, nurses, professors, local women and local men. No. Chipko movement. Always remember local women and don't forget Shiban also. Okay. Can you tell me a question for this glass? Glass. Any idea? Glass. They'll ask, greenhouse is made up of which material? NEET fellows, they'll ask whatever they want. Glass. You must always know, okay? They'll give glass, nylon, plastic, something they'll give. Glass. Don't forget, greenhouse are made up of glass. Winter. Any idea? Winter. Any idea? Greenhouse is used to grow plants in winter. Logically, we will think it is summer. Be very careful. Okay. Winter. Let us say kept winter. In greenhouse, the purpose of greenhouse is to grow plants in winter. Winter. So how does a greenhouse work? Normally we will think greenhouse will not allow the outside heat to enter inside. That's our logic thinking. We'll think greenhouse does not allow the outside heat to enter inside. That's our logic thing. Okay, but what does the textbook says? It does not allow the heat inside to go out. Does not allow the heat inside to escape. I'm telling you, okay? Read this. This is how greenhouse works. Mechanism of greenhouse. Rank deciding MCQ. This was the repeat MCQ last year. Eutrophication was by, they gave 4 choice. Magnesium oxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen, and they gave oxygen. Eutrophication due to what? Direct MCQ. No logic in that, you just make it up. Eutrophication due to what? Nitrogen, phosphorus. This is a repeat MCQ. Eutrophication. Nitrogen, phosphorus. Eutrophication. Nitrogen, phosphorus. How to remember this? There is only one way. 7 days continuous recall. No other way. Enhanced. See the word enhanced. Okay, enhanced. Enhanced greenhouse effect. Enhanced. See the word, I'll tell you the word, okay? Enhanced. Whenever answer the MCQ, always see this enhanced word, okay? Enhanced greenhouse effect is good for human beings. It is always bad for human beings. No logic. Enhanced greenhouse effect is bad for human beings. This is MCQ. Come on. I'm talking about enhanced, okay? Enhanced greenhouse effect is due to ethane, oxygen. True or false? See, enhanced, okay? Enhanced. True or false? Any idea? Is due to carbon dioxide, methane, nitrogen dioxide, CFCs. You will think how to remember this. Only one technique. There's only one technique in the world. CO2, methane, what else? Nitrous, they'll keep nitrogen dioxide, nitrous oxide, carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and CFCs. What is the question? Extended greenhouse effect. Extended greenhouse effect is due to four. What else? What all? Carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous, and CFC. Ozone in stratosphere is helpful to us. True or false? Ozone in stratosphere helpful to us. True or false? Yes, it is definitely helpful to us. Ozone is helpful to us. I think this MCQ they asked more than 5 times. I think more than 5 times repeated MCQ. Which ultraviolet radiation damages DNA? Which one damages DNA? It is always B. Always B. Ultraviolet B damage DNA. So just now I asked snow blindness. Which eye? Which part of eye? Cornea. Snow blindness. Cornea. Remember? Okay. It's due to what? Due to same. Ultraviolet B. You can keep on common idea. Okay. Ultraviolet B is always harmful to human beings. Cancer, snow blindness, so many drawbacks are the ultraviolet B. Always think ultraviolet B is injurious to human beings. You can answer all the MCQs. Wherever you say ultraviolet B, damage. Okay, just round it. See, snow blindness is due to what? Just now I told you. Due to inflammation in the cornea. See, I think you can answer this question now. Cataract is due to ultraviolet A rays. Cataract means lens. Lens. I told you damage is just always B. I told no. Anything harmful to us, just see whether it's ultraviolet B. Just answer it. Ultraviolet B is dangerous. Can you remember make a question for the word hole? H-O-L-E, hole. H-O-L-E, hole. The same word they kept. Thinned ozone layer. Cause ozone hole. Thinned. Not thick. Thinned. That's why I kept the word question hole. They'll ask, what is the reason for ozone hole? There is one choice. Thinned ozone layer. What is the specific question for Antarctic region? Antarctic region. What is the specific question? Antarctic region. Ozone depleted layer is Antarctic region as per your textbook. Then which of the following is ozone depleted area? That time you should answer Antarctic. See, NEET they can ask anything, man. Ozone depletion. Always answer Antarctic region. See again, see next question. Cornea absorbs which ultraviolet rays? I think ultraviolet damages means always B, 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 B. So Carney observes ultraviolet rays B and damages. Hershey Chase. Who is this gentleman? Hershey Chase. Who is this gentleman? What did this gentleman do? He said that DNA is the main genetic material, not RNA. He is so much concerned about DNA. He told that DNA is the main genetic material. Who told? Hershey Chase. Melting of polar ice cubes is due to what? Ice caps. Melting of polar ice caps is due to what? Melting is due to increased rise in temperature. They'll give 4 choices. That time you will not think this logic point. You will answer some complicated and will come home. That is I am telling you to practice this 7 days continuous recall. No logic you can answer any MCQ. Breeding crops with higher level of breeding a crop with high levels of vitamins and minerals is called what? Breeding a crop or breeding crops with high level of vitamins and minerals is called biofortification. Biofortification. Or they'll ask biofortification, they'll give 4 definitions. Biofortification. What is the answer? Breeding a crop with good vitamins and minerals is called. Okay. Can you tell me the question for this? Carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous and CFC. What is the question? You forgot the question. That is why I am repeatedly telling you. 7 days continuous recall. What is the question? Carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous, CFC. And finally you will forget the question. In NEET you should prepare the question. Any idea? What is the answer? Question. Enhanced greenhouse effect is due to. Enhanced greenhouse effect is due to carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous. This is called NEET preparation. Okay. So don't forget Sheben. Kindly share this great awareness video. Here my next video also. Okay. Stay tuned.